Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show.
We're going to try to lift again. Easy now, easy. No, we need to get over again. You keep her from going forward. Over, 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 over. Keep her from going forward. You need to have a lot of presence. And you know, if the visual block doesn't work, take the back of your arm extension and make them realize by touching them on their breast that no, you're not to go forward. Ah. Okay, I'm going to get the hip over. If necessary, we'll put a stud chain across Eve's nose, because when we ask for a hoe or a back, it will be a clearer request if there's a stud chain there. Whoa, whoa, over, 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 over. Good. Whoa. We need to anticipate that she's going to step forward, and we need to make it very clear that that's the wrong answer. So I'm going to stand here now.
Ready.
Oh. Whoa.
Ooh.
Over, over, over with the shoulder, over, whoa, over with the hip, hip over, whoa. You see the problem we're having? And now Sadie's getting concerned. Next time I will have a stud chain or my metal cavesson on Eve, because the request will be clearer. Use your arm extension behind you like this, as if somebody were there asking her to step up behind the drive line. You know what, Erin? Why don't you try to keep her from coming forward by turning this. Oh, now Eve stepped on the harness pole. We're going to show you all of this. Okay, look how Katie is dealing with it. She said, no, that's the wrong answer. To step away. You want to go like this, Erin, on her breast. I'm going to go get yet another arm extension. Now Eve is watching Sadie. She's wondering, why is Sadie way out there? She doesn't understand that Sadie's being scolded for giving us the wrong answer. Look at my arm extension, a 3/4 inch piece of PVC remnant.
Good.
That's all you need. You don't need anything expensive. Whoa!
Good.
Okay, now Erin, be ready to turn that to the other side. Yeah, and against her breast. Over, I'm asking gently, over, 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 over. Whoa! And when Doc Hamill asks his horses, he says, come on girls, let's pick up that foot or move that shoulder over. And they understand, they know what the right answer is. I need Eve over just a little bit more. Over, over, rhythmic pressure, over, whoa, oh, good, good, a little bit more, over, 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 over. I don't want her to move into the pressure, I want, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's the feeling, Erin, you got to get her to feel what you're trying to do. over, 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 over. She doesn't know what I'm asking. She's confused. Over, over, over. Whoa! Over, over, over. Let me use that one, and you use this one as a visual block because it's really visible. And I'm using the back end of my training, my cart whip. Over, over, gently asking. Rhythmic pressure. Over, 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 over. Good. Good. Almost there. Sadie's still good. Another, can I get another couple steps? Over, 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 over. Almost. Yes. Yes. Good. Good. And because I'm looking for my moment of resolution right now, I did want to try on this butt rope to make sure it's the right size now for the 2 horses. We'll have to do that next time because I don't want to exceed their patience, my patience. It's all right. Okay, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Stay up for a second or 2 and then down. Okay, 1, 2, and 3 up and down. The putting down made them both move out because they don't know that that's the wrong answer. But they did stay parallel while it was up, so we know where we're going with our next training session, and we'll show you.
Here are some exercises we are using to train Sadie and Eve to move over their shoulders and or hips without stepping forward or backward. Here we are in the square pen. It's a covered area with Sadie. And we're going to do the same thing with Eve, but maybe out in the green grass when it's not raining in a couple days. But we need to work on exercises to make sure that Sadie and her mom, Eve, understand what we're asking for when we say over at the shoulder and over at the hips. We don't want them walking forward or backward. We want them only to move a few small steps over. And, sometimes that's not so clear in their minds until you've removed the pressure, given them reward for the right answer, and have done it often enough that they understand the request. And today, we've got Katie in the saddle with spurs on, with reins on. And I've got a long line here. It's about a 12 to 15 foot line, and just a piece of PVC that I'm going to use for my over command on the shoulders and the hips. The first thing we want to do is make sure that with body language, with a little bit of give and take with the reins, and maybe with a little bit of spur tickle to say, wake up, we want Sadie to go backwards. So I'm standing here just in case I'm needed, and Sadie knows that. She's being bulgy-eyed right now. She doesn't understand. We haven't done this combination of exercises before. You need to get, that break at the pole too. Back. We want a more energetic back. So just a little bit of suggestion with this white PVC. Good. Okay, now step up. Say step up. And then whoop. Let's try it again. We want energetic back. Go for it. That's it. That's the kind of back we want. Right. We don't have to go real far back, and usually when we're in the training harness pole, we don't want to go real far back or real far forward. We just want small steps. One more time. Let's see if I even need to intervene now. Look at that tail wagging. She's saying, wait a minute, why are you asking me to do this? Okay, it's obvious that we need to practice it more. Okay, that's the back. Now, can we get her to move her shoulders over without stepping up? We had problems with that in our last session, especially with her mom. So we've got the spurs on, and Katie will turn her ankle and tickle the shoulder if necessary. She will give a little bit of a light rein pressure on the right. We're going to go to the right, and I'm going to stand here with the help of these tools, indicate to Sadie that if she steps forward, that's the wrong answer. I'll apply some kind of pressure. We're doing this second by second. Over, good. Let's use the term because we use it out there when we're trying to pairs drive. Shoulder over, over. Oh, she's real. Tell me what you're feeling.
She's just getting mad because I'm spurring her.
Yeah, okay. All right, she needs to know that we're asking for the front end to move, but not to step forward, not to step back. Okay, what I'm going to do is release this line, easy enough, step back, and I'm going to ask you to do it again. Look at that tail swishing. That's anger. Good, good, but yeah, that's what we have to do. I hope she doesn't kick up her butt with you.
Yeah.
Okay, is the cinch tight enough?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. All right, now I'm going to stand a little closer, almost like a Monty Roberts join-up. I didn't at first because I realized she was being naughty,
Yeah.
right? And it's safety's number one. But now I'm going to do a little bit of visual, and I will tap her on the shoulder if she doesn't respond nicely.
Over. Over.
Now she's stepping forward. When she steps forward, back, 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 back. And watch out that we don't run into the wall or the door or the panel or the barrel.
Oh. Over. Over.
Better, better, better. Okay, but she's certainly not being soft and light. Oh my goodness, are we going to practice this a whole lot more for our pairs driving objectives? Okay, so that was the shoulders, that was the back. Now I'm going to stand, and this could be dangerous, so
She's probably more likely to pick for this one.
yes, and I'm not going to connect the line, but I have it here. Okay, so you're going to, remember to look back at her hips if you want her hips to move over. They really can feel that in the body. So look back. Good, better. Whoa. Again, I don't like her body language here. Only repetition will get us past that. But now I'm gonna want you to come up here, and I'm gonna just want you to sit and not do anything. I'm gonna see if I can get her with the verbal command, with this tool in my hand, to just move her front end and her back end over. Because when we're out there doing the training harness pole objective, we aren't in saddle. I'm gonna make nice with my tool. It's all right, calm her down, her head's coming down, that's real good, real good. Okay, now I'm gonna ask for over, 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 over. Now we need a little help. See, she's not giving it. Don't do it with the spur, do it with just leg pressure. Okay, because we're trying not to get her upset. Over, over. Okay, just a step. Nope, nope. And then she stepped forward. No wonder we're having trouble in the training harness pole. We don't have control over those critical body parts. Now I'm going to try this one. I'm asking. First I'm going to make nice. Don't want her to get riled up. I want her to want to do it. Over, over, over. Now a little bit of pressure with your right leg. Over, over, over. One step. I don't care if it's a step behind or a step in front. We're not trying to do a spin. We're just trying to get those four quarters in position. I'm going to move back here. And again, let's use leg pressure if you can without the spur. But if we're not getting the right answer, the spur is going to help us make the request. Over, 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 over. That's it. Good. And a hold. Not forward, okay? Ever so slightly right answer, you remove the pressure, that gives them the reward. Make nice with my tool. Over, 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 over. No, misunderstanding. Come back in position. Good. Good, good. All right, now we didn't want to make this a real long session, so now we're going to try the hind end. Remember to look back when I'm asking for it, just to give her an extra cue, and she's watching you real close. Over, 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 over. Nah, not the right answer. Back in position. No wonder. We weren't ready. We didn't have the prerequisite skills. Over. Over. Nah, wrong direction. You're going to look back now where I'm trying to touch. She is bulgy-eyed. Over. First the air. Over. Over. Nah, no. She's moving her forequarters instead of her hindquarters. Okay, we're going to try again. Over, over, doing the air. Good, good, good. And we just did a little bit of left rein tug to say, don't go forward, just go over. Now I'm going to make nice again with my tool. Make nice with my tool. Over, 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 over. Okay. Obviously not the right answer. Just kind of accidentally moved over in her. Dancing around, not what we want. It's often the case that one side is easier than the other. Let's try again. Over, over, look back, over, yes, better. But still the dancing around, not good. Okay, we're going to go again until we get just one small step over, 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 over. Whoa, good, okay. Not great, but good enough to call that our moment of resolution.
Well, we're working with Eve today. Our objective is to practice rating and roping with our mechanical cow simulator that's powered by an electric bike. But you know, whenever we work with Eve or Sadie, we also now work on moving the haunches and moving the front end, try to get them to understand what it is we're asking for when we tap them or use our legs or our spurs in front of the cinch versus behind the cinch. In front of the cinch means we want you to move your shoulders over. Behind the cinch and looking back to the hips means we want you to move your hips over. And then we want to get it so that both Eve and Sadie are real clear on what we're asking for and that they'll stay parallel and get parallel when they're next to the training harness pole. So here is Eve's present abilities. She's a little bit better than Sadie, and you'll see in a moment.
Back.
She stepped over, nice, good. Okay, there her hips went over. We're going to do both sides. She's pulling her head up a little bit, so we're going to work on keeping that head down, and we have the Ragusine double reins on to help us with that. Now, shoulders. She's stepping behind, stepping in front. That's okay. We don't care as long as those shoulders move over. Yes, yes. Very nice. So would you agree that she's much more responsive to our request than Sadie was?
Yes, she is. She's still moving her front end with her hind end.
Yes.
But
We call that bottle topping.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, but training harness pole work. And tomorrow we hope to go out there and actually have the two horses get lined up with the training harness pole. Our next session with pairs driving. And I just had a conversation with Sophia Bates, in Philo, California. I met her at the Eco Farm Conference last week in Pacific Grove, California, and she does farming with her horses too. And I sent her a copy of a DVD showing how we got kind of messed up with this butt rope when we didn't have the breakaway cat collars on, and Sadie flew off the handle, and Eve got some ropes around her feet, and it wasn't a wreck, but it could have been a wreck. So I asked on the phone Sophia if she has had similar experiences, and she has. She has one horse that's really trustworthy as a farming horse, another mare who is not, and she's trying to train them to pairs drive. And having looked at my DVD and having seen that near wreck, she said, I think your horses have to be more desensitized to the butt rope everywhere on their bodies. And I certainly understand desensitizing to ropes. I've done a whole lot of things with my horses, but she said do it without the complication of the training harness pole, without the complication of the simulated forecart nearby. Do it in such a way that the horses get to experience the feeling of this butt rope, which is now sized correctly for a pair of horses in parallel, just in case the butt rope touches them on parts of their bodies that it normally doesn't touch. So that's what we're doing today for a few minutes. And notice that we've got the usual Monty Roberts dually halter on Sadie, so we have a little bit more control over her nose. And because Eve has been somewhat afraid since that near wreck, when Sadie and her got wrapped up in the butt rope and afraid of the butt rope, we have a stud chain on Eve. Normally she doesn't need one. Today though, it's all right, Eve. It's all right. It's just a stud chain across her web halter, so that if we do need to get her attention, she knows it's on there, and we're going to have a little bit more control. The chain is similar to the pair of nylon cords across the nose with the Monty Roberts. Okay, so I'm going to do what Sophia suggested, and we'll do it as often as we need to until we feel confident that our horses are desensitized to rope feelings everywhere when we're asking them to stand together. So I'm going to ask Angela to hold this. We're not going to connect it. Can you hold it with your left hand? Lots of things to hold here. Okay. And then, it's all right, Sadie. This is Sadie, my youngster, Eve's daughter. I'm not going to connect it to the breakaway cat collars, but it does. The cat collars do work nicely. We've tried them many times now. See how I'm touching Sadie? Okay. Eve is walking through. She's saying, I'm out of here. Because she has experienced a similar situation. Come back around. And Scott is helping me today because I have somebody else to do the camera, but he doesn't have too much experience with horse handling. Good. I'm trying to show him how to get Eve's compliance for the hoe command without having Eve barrel through his requests. Okay, go back up as close to Sadie as you can. It's all right. It's all right, Eve. She's a little bit afraid. It's all right. And there goes that hip. I'll tell you what, Scott. Here's what we've got to do. Angela, you've got Sadie okay? I'm going to try to handle Eve, and you're going to just hold the rope where I ask you to. So can you bring Eve up here? Eve knows me better. I have a little bit better timing. Okay, now you're going to hold this on the right side of her hip until I ask you to maybe wrap it around Eve's hip as well. Let's see if I can get Eve to line up. Come on, Eve. It's all right, Sadie. Whoop. Back, back, over, over. over. We've been working with Eve and Sadie on this, and we've shown you back, 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 back. Step up. Whoa! Make nice. We're too far away, but we are parallel. How much rope do you have? Not enough. We need to get closer. Okay, we'll get closer. Let's go. Gently asking. Much better. Much better. With enough good experiences, I think that fear that Eve has will go away. Can you now, very carefully, carry that rope around Eve's butt? It's all right. And she sees him. You see, she's looking. It's all right. It's all right. Okay, now step back a little bit. Being careful not to push too hard on Sadie's hips. Over. 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 Good. We're getting an over. She's stepping on my line here. Good. Over. 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 Whoop. She's thinking of barreling through. I'm saying no. This is as far as I want you to go. Over. Over. Whoa. Better. But her hip is still apart. Their front ends are together. Over. 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 Whoa. She thinks that if she goes over and barrels through, then she doesn't have to get that rope around her. It's all right. See if you can now get to her back end. It's all right, Eve. It's all right. It's all right. Good. She sees him. Whoa, whoa. Okay, let me get her back around. This is just a bad habit that has developed. Can you step back a little bit? It's all right, Sadie. Sadie's doing quite well. It's all right. It's all right. Whoop.
See more at www.urbancowgirlchannel.com.